Hey guys, I am back with a review slash first impression slash swatches, and it is on an, I'm really cutting to the chase today, is a collaboration with XBIZARROVOLTA. I've never heard that before. Plus M. Jones 5018. So these are new palettes, relatively new speaking, that Shine by SD Cosmetics came up with, and they're called pop-up palettes. And I want to show you each of them. So this is Dusk. Focus. Very pretty upon first looking at them. And this is Dawn. And they're beautiful shades. But what I really want to know, this is my first time utilizing this brand, and I want to know, like, is it worth it? So there are 6 shades in each of these palettes, right? And each of these palettes by themselves were retailed at over $100, which is a lot. When you break it down, for an indie eyeshadow, 6 for $110 is not the worst pricing, but it is a lot to drop $110 at a time on each of these palettes, especially if you're getting both. So I really wanted to dig in and give you my honest feedback on them, based on first impressions and swatches. So without further ado, let's set it up. Let's do it. Okay, I'm hoping this is the right side up. I apologize if it's not. I will try to flip it in orientation if there is an issue. But I figured we would start with the Dawn palette, and here are the names of the shades. So there's Granny Magic. There's Granny Magic, Fairy Ring, Lorelei, Whistling Woods, ECHIDNA, and Changeling. I think those are the names. Apologize if I butchered any of those. I really do. So here are those shades up close. They are really, really, really pretty. Again, no complaints with the shades themselves. I think they're really beautiful, possibly unique in my collection. So let's have at it. I'm gonna start with the first shade. I don't know how to read this, so I apologize. I really wanted to tell you guys what it was in the beginning so that you would have it. So please refer back if you need to. I think this first one is Granny Magic. Again, I'm not really sure. I'm so sorry. But here is the swatch. And I already primed my arm. Oh, pretty. Okay, that's really pretty. I don't know if there's too much light cast, but this is like a lavender purple. It's really pretty. There's like teal glimmer underneath. It's very nice. I don't have anything like this, so this is quite unique in my collection. The next shade we have is, I think, Fairy Ring. Again, I might be reading this totally backwards, and I apologize if I am. Here it is on the finger. I'll wait for a second for that to zoom in. Oh my goodness, I'm still learning this. Sorry, guys. So very, very pretty. Almost like a hollow. There's definitely different color glitters. So let's see what this looks like swatched. Wow, she's gorge. That's a really, really pretty color. Wow, it's pink. There are several different colors underneath. I see greens, I see other pinks. So it's really stunning. And again, this actually is pretty unique to my collection. So they're on fire so far. All right, next up, we have Lorelei. And I'm just swatching this. The texture is interesting. It doesn't really feel like much. I don't know what to compare it to be honest with you. Not often, I'm left speechless. There is Lorelei. It's blue. It has some pink iridescence in it. Very pretty. All right. There she is. Let's do one more swatch as per tradition. All right, looking good so far. Lorelei, I can't think of a shade off the top of my head that I have that looks just like it, but I will say I think that it is a little bit less unique than the first two. And it kind of stained my finger a little tiny bit. But that's not a problem for me. It's totally fine. I'm with the vision. Okay, the next one, I realize I haven't been showing you. I'm sorry, I'm so off my game today. So that was the first three that you saw. And then we're going on to the next row. So the next one is Whistling Woods. That's this color here. And I would say it's like this goldish, like that purple hue. Let's swatch, hold on, before I start describing colors. Okay, so it's actually more of a gold. It's a gold iridescence with like different colored shimmers in it. I'm trying to see like maybe greenish brown, hints of green and brown to it. I'm trying to focus. There she is. Okay. Let's put this right underneath the last one. Oh, wow. This one actually swatched really, really well. Gonna put this here. So this is pretty unique to my collection because I thought originally this would just be like a purple undertone, and it's more of like a grungy brown, I would say. Hopefully it's picking up pretty well. But yeah, I don't really have anything like this that I can think of. So individuality so far is really good. I'm gonna finish swatching this one and then give you some first impressions on formula and stuff. Next one, this one is the one I didn't know how to say. And again, like the name is kind of like covered up by the like design on the back. So it's kind of hard to see it. It's ECHIDNA. So let me try that baddie. And I'm cleaning my finger between each swatch, by the way. Oh my gosh, this is very stunning. This color is definitely, it's definitely multi-dimensional. I'm trying to focus, I'm so sorry. But like, if you have it in certain light, it shines a different color. Do you see that? It's really, really stunning. Let me get this on my arm. Oh my gosh. Wow. As you can tell, it glistens gold in certain lights. The glitter particles are like the same kind of pinkish red with gold, and I think I see a little bit of green too. Very fascinating. Again, pretty unique. I'm honestly very shocked. I have quite the collection, and it's a little hard for me to say something is entirely unique. So the last one in this collection here, and this one right here in the Dusk palette, I'm sorry, Dawn, is the Changling. Changling. So sorry again if I'm butchering it. I really am off my pronunciation game lately. Okay. Oh, okay. Pretty. So this one is more of a reddish, brownish. It's pretty similar looking in some aspects to the one before it, like in certain lights, as you can see there, they look very similar. But I can assure you they're not the same. Let's get it on my arm first. So they're kind of swatching very similar. Let me just give it one more pass through. So this one right here, I think you can see it better in this light. This is pulling a little bit more greenish brown. undertones. This one is just like a reddish, pinkish, you know, kind of grungy color. But this one is definitely like more grungy. They really do look quite similar, but they are different. Like again, here you can kind of see the reddish and then the more greenish brownish. So this right here is the Dawn palette, and I will say quite a number of these are unique. I like the way they swatch. These are, you know, just 2 finger swipes on top of primer I would usually use. So that's a pretty good, I think, assessment. I can't pick a favorite. I think actually all of them are quite beautiful. Maybe the least unique to me is possibly these two. I'm so sorry. I'm having a difficult time placing it. But I can't think of anything. I just feel like I've maybe seen similar colors to these before. But they are very, very beautiful, and so far, so good. I am impressed. Okay, so let's go to the next one, and that's Dusk. That's kind of the background color, or background imagery. So, oh my, I do not know how to say this name. It's Gegenschein Schein. That is the first one, and we're gonna jump into it in 1 second. We have Apex, Purple Moon, Moon Eyes, Willow the Wisp, and Feldgeist. Feldgeist? I don't know. I sound so uneducated in these. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm in the realm of filming and I'm not thinking too much. So this is the beautiful Dusk palette, and I really like these colors as well, just in the pan. Very, very pretty. But let's get them on my arm and see where they land. So this first one I am not gonna try to pronounce because I don't know. Look at that. Okay, so she's pulling a pretty lavender, she's pulling lavender, but it is different than this first shade here. It's a little deeper, a little more pigmented, I would say. So let's get this on the arm and see what she looks like. Huh, okay. So I'm getting a lot more of that blue pull when I am swatching it through. You know, you see obviously the purple dominates. It's mainly purple. But can you see that blue there when I am shifting it? That's really, really pretty. Similar-ish to the first one from the other palette, but the first one is pulling more green glitter, and this is pulling more like white, clear glitter underneath. So let's continue on. The next one we're gonna swatch is Apex. This is like so up my alley. Look at this like mint color. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So stunning, so stunning, so stunning. Okay, so let's look at her up close. It's a green, like a mint green, with some gorgeous specks of glitter underneath. It's multicolored and it's really nice. I do find myself really attracted to this glitter shade, so very nice. Okay, the next one is Purple Moon, and this is kind of the one, sorry if I didn't show that before, I apologize. Purple Moon looks to be a purplish brownish that is very common. Let's see though. I'm gonna pick this up first. Ooh, this feels a little smoother than some of the other ones. Okay, it's not pulling as much brown as I thought it would. It is purple with like blue glitters slash shift to it. Okay, but on the skin it is pulling kind of the color that I thought I would see. So here, I will say it is more purple than brown, but it is pulling like a purplish brown that I definitely have in my collection. So this one isn't as unique to me, but it's still a very pretty color, I must admit.
I'll give it to them there. The next one is Moon Eyes. It's this bottom one in the corner. Focus. There you go. It's kind of like a reddish brownish, I will say. Let's see here. Ooh. That's really nice. This like really reminds me of like the 90s, and I don't know why. So let's swatch. Oh, wow. So that didn't swatch as well as some of the other shades, but let's get it on the finger and try again. Okay, so that one didn't swatch as well, but not to fret. I think that it just might need a little bit more working with than the other ones, and that's okay. Like, you know, it's not every shade is gonna be a 2-swipe and done. But this isn't problematic at all. I like the like black kind of undertone to it because you could really smoke that out. It is like you see some pink glitters, some orange glitters in there, and then again, like that dark base. It is really pretty and it is different than the other shades, but I will show an overview as soon as I'm done. Next is Willow to the Wisps, and the last one that I'm gonna be able to pronounce. It's that one right there. And it's a different green than the mint green, but it is still light. So I can see them complementing each other. So this is coming up like an interesting texture as well. Please focus. I'm shaking a little bit, I apologize. There you go. So I'm gonna get that in there. So sorry, I needed a water break. I don't know how to edit. And let's get another swatch in there. So this one is definitely more of like an iridescence to me. As you can tell, you can kind of see through to the skin. It's a little more transparent. Like if you pull the skin taut, you can kind of see my skin underneath, which, you know, I'm not mad at shades like that. I actually think they can be really, really pretty and they can be layered, which is really nice. But it is definitely different than the mint green up there. Finally, I don't know how to say this name. Again, I apologize, but we're gonna swatch her. And this one is kind of coming up as like a purpley hazy blue. Really, really cool. Let's get this on the skin. Okay, so this one obviously is pulling kind of dark as well as the base color. You can kind of see through there. And on top of it, it has like pinks, it has oranges, so it's very similar to this shade here, but I think it's done with like purpose. I think that this is very carefully curated and you can tell they put a lot of thought and effort into this palette. I'm gonna give an overview now. I really like the way these swatch. I'm really excited to see how they wear on the lids. I apologize, I can't have them all in view at the angle I'm at, but I will kind of talk through them. So if I had to choose a favorite out of the two palettes, I think I like the first one more, but the second is not far behind. I think that the second one has a lot of great colors to offer. I do feel like there's uniqueness in here, and again, I feel like that's really hard to capture in the market, but yeah, I mean, there's some similarities, but this is really great. I think that this is beginner friendly. I think that there's a lot to work with. And if you're going for these two, I feel like there's a lot of, you know, commonality. There's a lot of beautiful undertones that can really complement each other. And I really do think that this is a really beautiful palette, both palettes, apologies. I really do like it actually, and I wanted to be very tough with these, and I want you to know that I am. Because of the price point, I know it's not accessible to everyone, so I'll say that is a downfall. But upon first impressions and first swatches, I am pretty impressed by this formula, and I do like it. So I will definitely keep in touch with you guys, and I will keep you posted on how this wears. Now that I've swatched them, I'm going to put them on my lids and see how they wear, and I will definitely update you guys. But please let me know what you want to see next. I was really excited to share these with you, and overall, I do really like them. I can't tell you whether it's worth the price point just yet, but so far, so good. I will see you guys soon, and yeah, please let me know what you want to see.